Hello everybody, it's turn 10 of this game of Dominions 5. And let's see what's going on. So, in the battle in Northangs, we took the Lemurians out, no problem. It's going to be a crucial thing to keep on doing for the entire rest of the game until Lemuria dies. We've also managed to export our Dominion there. It's one of our better exports. The other exports being birds. Which is a perfectly good export, and eventually the Lemurians are going to corner the market on it, frankly, because they are going to be full of it. It's going to be a buyer's market for birds over there. Right, let's go fire, send these guys over here, or maybe not just yet, I don't know. Yeah, let's bring them over here and try and gather them together. Probably need to get the second Storm General. Replace that with a couple more units of area infantry. Let's go hog wild and get an indie priest, which is something I very rarely do on the faction, but this might be one of those edge cases where it's appropriate. Over here we didn't find anything in the province, which is a shame, but them's a breaks from time to time. And yeah, we are not too far from their capital, but on the other hand they already have a second palisade up. How devious of them, he says, as he's building palisade there, and one down here somewhere, I think. Did I ever start the one off? I'm not entirely sure I did. No, I didn't. Right. What to do? Right, let's get that Storm General here. It's going to tank our money down to pretty much nothing once again, but that's the position we find ourselves in. Over here, I think I'm going to search, because the enemy has a really frightening ability to move its troops a very long way in a short amount of time, and I don't want to make the same mistake against him that he did against me in another test game, where you push into an enemy province and go, oh, there's almost nothing there, and then, oh look, because of how turn resolution happens, a whole slew of stuff ends up in the province. And you end up losing your pretender god like a moron. So I'm going to try and avoid that as best as possible. Okay, we've got a horse truck. So he has like 6 provinces. That is a disgrace. With no offence meant. But yeah, and over here we are just moving on with our plans, I guess. Did we seriously not start in the cave? I have a feeling we started an extra palisade somewhere, but I might be wrong. It has been a whole some time since I did the last turn, although not particularly long. Let's leave them waiting over here because I want to see who takes this province. We've seen down here's Bogarus. I guess we'll sneak a guy in and try and scout out how else he's doing. Bogarus tends to have kind of lame expansion, so they might be an early target for us. If and when we are ever done with these ghosts. You basically make no guarantees about how you're going to do against Lemuria, because they could thrive or they could do really badly, and there's not entirely all that much to do with anyone else. Just depends to quite a large extent actually on their luck with the local indies, because if they get some independents who hit their expanders surprisingly hard, that can really damage their chances going forward, and if they have a relatively easy time, they can just kind of tank up and cover all their provinces and forts, and at that point they become a real nuisance to invade. But do we really want to wait an entire turn before we try and cut down on their province count? Maybe, maybe not. As I said, I really don't want to go in here and get my pretender paralysed or whatever outside their own dominion, because the magic weapons, bless, without that, he's just got like 4 regular attacks that can all miss pretty easily with ethereality, so let's see what our plan is going forwards. So over here, gather ourselves up, get a whole bunch more area, light infantry and so on, or just regular infantry, not light infantry rather. Keep pushing our dominion out if possible, actually, yeah, get them preaching. and then push ahead. Probably go for 2 different, or maybe even 3 province attacks, 10 after this one. But for now, I'm going to play my cards pretty close to my chest. At some point, it'd be great to take these provinces over. See what Moke's got. The Bandar Band. They are a new one for Dominions 5. It's 20 guys. I believe they're the cudgel type, alongside a Bandar commander. They're a little bit unaffordable for the situation we're in at the moment. Otherwise, I'd quite happily buy them because I'm a big fan of Bandar. What can I say? They're not particularly good by any means, but you know, let's be honest. I like the sprites. It's a nice sprite. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for this turn. How are we doing for our research? So once Chapman level 3 is done, I'm going up to Conjuration all the way up to 5, because that's where all of our national summons are. And on the way we get a whole bunch of useful stuff in terms of elementals and so on. So that's the reason for that. I consider going for a higher enchantment, but there's not really any point against Lemuria, even though it'd definitely be useful against Belarus in particular. But I think that's pretty much it for this turn, so thank you very much for watching, Gibberitin, and goodbye.